Hey sippers, welcome to our show. While we're spilling, grab your cocktail and start sipping. Get ready to unwind with your girls.
Thank you for joining us for Cocktails and Conversation with your girls. I'm Miss Jones to you, your host for tonight, and these are my beautiful co-hosts.
Hi everyone, I'm Shay Marie.
Hey everyone, I'm Shataz.
Hey sippers, it's your girl Primp and Proper.
We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night at 8 p.m. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram at Cocktails and Conversation. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Now get comfy because tonight we're discussing if you caught your friend's significant other cheating, would you tell? And the latest scandal on Pastor John Gray. Now remember, don't forget to chime in because we want to hear from you, so comment below. Thank you.
The Champagne Margarita is a drink of sexiness and style. This perfect combo is a definite way to bring in the new year or even enjoy on a regular Taco Tuesday. This bubbly combination of lime margarita, champagne, plus lime sugar on the rim of the glass is a showstopper. All right, ladies, so let's try these champagne margaritas. Okay, you guys already know that I can't have this drink like everybody else, of course, right? I know you guys are tired of me saying this, but we have to let it be known. I am expecting, so I couldn't indulge in all the tastiness. So what do I have? I have
Water and lime juice.
water, lime juice,
and simple syrup.
And simple syrup.
So how is it?
You know how this tastes? This tastes
Like lemonade?
Exactly.
That's what I was trying to make.
It's like lemonade. This tastes exact. Did you guys notice that I kept drinking? It's so
good.
tasty. Yeah, it
I was about
is.
to say it's nasty.
Yeah, it tastes so good.
Good.
So good. How about you, babes?
I like it. I think it's good. It's not strong because we put a lot of champagne in it. But the recipe requires 3 cups of champagne.
Oh, okay.
So it's not strong at all. And I like it. I love margaritas. I would prefer to have the salt. I wanted to try it different with the sugar.
Not me. I'm glad that you put sugar on my rim. I'm not. I know a lot of my girlfriends who like to drink and they'll take the salt. I don't know. They say it's something with the lime and you kind of.
But I feel like that's with tequila, not champagne.
Well, this is tequila.
No, tequila's in there. Champagne, tequila.
Well, honestly, this drink is good to me because of the sugar. I'm not a champagne girl, but because of the sugar, I like it.
But can you taste the sugar? Because it's just...
Yeah, I'm not using my straw because I want to taste it.
Exactly.
I would prefer to drink it with a straw. But I think it's missing salt. But I like it.
So I don't taste the tequila. Yeah. And I love champagne. I love. So I'm like,
what do you taste most?
I taste the champagne, but you know, I'm not a fan of lime. Lime. I do taste the lime. So I'm like, I have mixed feelings about it because I love the champagne, but I do taste the lime. But I'm drinking it. It's good. And I love the sugar. That's why I'm like, no, it's really good.
And you like your lemonade.
For my women expecting, you can look really cute with your girlfriends, of course, and be drinking lemonade, and no one knows. It tastes so good.
Exactly. I like it. Yeah, it's so much sugar.
It's so cute.
Okay.
Okay, sippers, if you've seen your friend's spouse cheating, what would you do? This is a serious topic because depending on that friend, the situation could go left real quick. But I want each of you to put yourself in that person's shoe and ask yourself, if that was my man, would I want to know? Then answer the question, would I tell if I saw my friend's spouse cheating? Would I tell? I'm calling my friend on the spot. And I'm hoping that she has an iPhone because I'm FaceTiming her so she can see. I don't understand. If you're not happy, one, leave or try to fix the situation, seek counseling or something, but why humiliate the other person? I don't understand that. And people think that they can have their cake and eat it too. Well, honey, don't let me catch you eating your cake, because I'm telling. Okay? I don't get it. Like, if you're not happy, leave. Why waste someone's time? Why humiliate that person? Because first of all, you don't know a person's mental state. You don't know. You could be sleeping with somebody and they could be psychotic. So for them to find out that you're cheating or doing something that isn't in line with their plan or the goal of the relationship, that could trigger some type of mental.
That's why these people don't snap.
Exactly. So be careful. Why play with people's feelings like that? I'm telling, on the spot. I don't agree with cheating. Now, in my younger days, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm perfect. Yes, I cheated when I was younger. But first of all, you have to take into consideration people's time and just the value of a relationship. People don't respect relationships nowadays, and it's sad. It is so sad. It's like they're trying to get something out of it, or burning time until they find the right person. Most of these men have wandering eyes, in my opinion. I mean, don't waste someone's time. Time is very valuable. If you don't like it, move on, let the person know, or fix it.
Honestly, I despise cheating. I've never cheated. I just think it's disgusting. You don't play with people's heart. But I'm telling you the truth. If I have a relationship, let's say me, Shataz, me and you my girl, you my ace spoon coon, you just my bestie, you everything. Oh, honey, I'm tapping him on the shoulder. Excuse me. Right. Shataz, girl, guess what? How about I see Boo Boo with Tanisha? You know Tanisha, girl, who stay on 3rd Avenue down the street from Deerfield Beach High School. Yes, I see. I am calling on the spot because that's what kind of relationship we have. You understand what I mean? So it all depends on that situation. But sometimes, honestly, ladies, this situation could get so tricky because some women will take you telling them as a form of messiness, like, girl, they don't want to see me happy. They don't want. So you have to know the person you're telling. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And there are situations where, like, let's say if someone has no ties with that individual, you have no ties with an individual, and let's say you guys used to date, you're no longer dating, and I see him out on a date with somebody else. I'm not gonna tell you that because let's if you're still in love with him, I know it would bring you hurt. I know it would bring you hurt, and you guys aren't together. So why bring you that information if it's not pertinent to what's going on? You understand what I mean? So you have to really analyze the situation and the person before you run off and tell. And make sure, sippers, make sure if you're gonna tell, your facts are true. Because some women so quick to tell, and it's like, sis, I know sis. That's his cousin. She just came from out of town. She just came from out of town. I know her. Like, just make sure you saw something that holds merit. You saw touching or hug, some sort of PDA that would lead you to believe that this person is cheating. Like, if you see him with another woman, like, guys have girlfriend. You understand what I mean? Just the way you relay the information. You have to watch how you say it. You understand what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm going to make sure my friend knows that that's a friend, so I'm going to call her on the spot to just confirm, okay, this is a friendly, she knows about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can say, hey, listen, I see him. He's not really doing nothing, but I don't know her. I've never seen her before. You know who she is? I'm going to send you the screenshot right now. Have you seen her? But it's just all in your delivery. Right. It's all in your delivery.
Yeah.
Well, I totally agree with you, Tracy, and Shataz. I just feel like, I'm going to pull up, tell him like, hey, how you doing? Right? And even if he's on a date with, say for instance, it is his cousin, I'm going to introduce myself. Before I even call her, like, I'm going to fill out the vibe, even if I don't see any PDA.
You're going to say, I'm primping proper, and his girlfriend is my best friend.
Yeah, I'm his girlfriend's best friend. Hey, how are you? What's your name again? Yeah, all that. Yeah. And I'm going to see the reaction, because if it's something bigger than what it is, his reaction is going to tell it all. Yes, it is. He's going to be shocked, because I'm very bold. So I'm like, hey, very friendly. Oh, can I join y'all for dinner? I don't know. Whatever I'm in the mood to say. And I just feel like, have all the receipts. Yeah. And you have to be comfortable. When you go and give somebody this information, you have to be comfortable that they never had, like, leave the situation.
Yeah, you have to be okay with it.
Yeah, you have to be okay with it, because you don't want to tell, like, oh, he was tricking on you, he was doing this, and then they don't leave, and then you feel some type of way because you know the truth. You have to be okay. You giving that information. Yeah. Because if there's no action behind it, you can't feel no type of way. And of course, if you have a relationship with both of them, like the male and the female, or whoever's cheating, I just feel like it could get a little messy, because then your relationship will fall off of whoever the cheater is, because they feel like you snitched on them. So I feel like you should just be very
if he wasn't happy?
cautious. It will. Yeah, but people like to stay in messy homes.
Well, however it turns out, I'm still telling. If you want to stay, you stay. We all know that your man is a cheater. Right. If you want to go, make the right decision. It's all about self-worth at the end of the day. But nowadays, we know that doesn't
And another thing
mean
is,
anything.
Because I see this all the time, where you tell the person that their spouse is cheating, or their boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating, they break up probably for a little bit, but they get back together, they reconcile, and then he does it again, or she does it again, and then you witness it again. It has to be you.
I'm not telling.
Do you say it again?
No.
Nope.
No.
But not even that. It can draw like a wedge between you and the friend.
I'm not getting involved.
You're right.
If it's with the same person,
I'm not getting involved.
That's not a side piece. I always tell people that. Listen, people don't even do side pieces no more. A side piece is somebody you keep on the side. They know about it. It's second girlfriends.
Yes.
Situationship.
Yes.
It ain't because he has a whole nother life. He taking this girl on dates. Side pieces don't get that. This is second girlfriend. So she done probably met the family too. She done met the homeboys too. She go on dates and trips just like you. He breaking bread just like he do for you.
Yes, they do.
Come on, that's
the
his
money
second
stress,
girlfriend.
honey.
That's what it is.
So you're not saying anything the second time around?
No.
Nah, especially
if you
with
stay,
the same
no.
girl.
Why?
If it's with the same girl?
It doesn't have to be with the same girl. I'm not telling. If you stayed the first time, you like it. So I love it.
Yeah. But sometimes when you're in love, you probably feel like that was his first time cheating, let's just say, and you stay.
Honestly, it happens. Yeah. It does.
What you think, Shay?
I agree with all of you. You covered every scenario. Basically, if I would want my friend to tell me, but I would want her to have proof. So either
Let me ask you something. You say you'd like for her to have proof. Let's say she didn't have proof and she's just telling you this is what happened. Is her opinion not good enough? Is her word not good enough to you?
If I'm going to bring something up to him, I would like to have proof.
Yeah.
Because you know these guys.
Receipts. You need those receipts.
Yeah.
If you don't have all the receipts, they will turn it around.
Because honestly, not everybody could come and tell you about your husband or your spouse, because some are really haters, honey, and don't like to see people in happy homes. So bring me my receipts, or honey, it went over my head. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for the information.
Listen, those scenarios are crazy. I was dating this guy. I'm gonna give you guys a story. I was dating this guy, and I remember it's just years and years later, I went to this girl's salon and she happened to bring it. She was like, "Well, you was dating XYZ, honey, listen, nobody couldn't tell you nothing about him." And I was like, "Yeah, you sure couldn't, because people truly don't like to see you happy. Like, they will give you all this information, and sometimes it don't be accurate. So unless I see it with my own two eyes, or it's coming from somebody who I know for sure 100% like I can hold on to their word, you got to come with the receipts." So I definitely agree with you ladies, because if you don't have receipts, you have nothing.
Yes.
Because he could turn around and be like, "What are you talking about? Like,
you believe them?
You believe them?" And da-da-da. But once you pull out that phone and start showing them receipts,
yes,
it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
They'll still lie.
With the receipts?
With the receipts, sis.
Yes. Oh boy, that was a steamy conversation, and I know there are plenty of people out there that either been the friend that told, or either been the friend that was told their spouse was cheating. Either way, I hope this discussion helped a lot of people make the right decision. They say people cheat all the time, but never address self-worth. What's yours?
So mega church pastor John Gray has found himself in the middle of a cheating scandal. It's being reported that the emotional affair that he claimed he had on his wife was actually much deeper than his initial claim. The woman at the center of the scandal is speaking out and claims it was much deeper, and she has the receipts to prove it. So she recently spoke with Magic 1021 saying, "It started with him. He likes to say, breathing life into me. So he was just there as far as talking to me, pretty much pastoring me, ministering to me, and I called on him to do a favor to a person that I knew that was struggling with some addiction issues. And so I called upon him to help me with that. It was an employee of mine. The employee actually wound up speaking with him, and it got him on a straight and narrow. So I sent him a text message telling him, thank you. And he said, whatever you need. And I was like, well, thank you. And he said, I'm talking about you. He also allegedly offered her financial assistance. He would say, the Lord told me that you need some money, so go ahead and check your Cash App. I already put money in your account. Then he'll be like, what color panties you got on? Let me see your nipples. He likes to jack off on the screen, and when he comes, he speaks in tongues. No joke. When we slept together, he jumped up. So what are your thoughts? Do you believe the other woman, or do you believe the pastor?
So, okay, I'm not married, and I don't like to speak on anybody's marriage. But there's always three sides to the story. So I haven't heard his side. I really don't know much about it, but did she put out the receipts?
Well, this was her speaking on the situation.
Because when you come in for somebody like this, you might as well put out the receipts. Why put out quotes? Put out the receipts, sis.
Well, she did actually have receipts. She had receipts of his voice messages that he left her.
She did, yes.
Saying that the same hotel room he had his wife, she was checked in at the same hotel room.
Yes.
So if this was an emotional affair, why in an emotional affair do you need a hotel room?
Right.
Yes, yes.
Receipts.
Right, okay, then that's receipt. What was the question?
So do you believe the pastor, or do you believe the other woman?
I don't even feel like...
The pastor claims it was an emotional affair. She's
well,
telling
if you're
you
at the same hotel, what are you doing? That's nothing emotional. It's going to get physical, especially if the person is at the same hotel as your wife. That's very disrespectful. I'm pretty sure you're not just talking in the hotel room. So and when it comes to church, I was not raised in church, but it's just certain things I think me as a person believes. He's not my pastor. But if he was, I would cover him. But at the same time, you need to step down.
You're right.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I don't know how long, I don't know if he said it was long ago or was it recent. Was this a recent thing that went on?
Well,
or it just came back up?
The affair,
I don't know.
The emotional affair was something that happened a while ago, but the receipts have just been surfaced.
Yeah.
Because he keeps going on these different shows, and they're going on these different platforms, and she clapped up a storm like he wasn't cheating. And I guess the mistress is just like, oh, let me pull out.
No, I need you to step down.
Yeah.
Because you cannot speak. Yeah, this could be a testimony in the future, how you overcame it. But if you're still going through it, you need some deliverance. You need whatever's in you to come out. So you need to step down. Sorry. And sometimes God will use people that you put on a pedestal. Not to say people look at pastors and people who want to preach in front of a pulpit as if they're like God. Once you idolize man, God will quickly show you why you should never idolize man, because no one is exempt. No one. That's why when I find out a pastor did something, I'm like, it's no big deal to me, because it's like, I feel sorry. I'm like, dang, he shouldn't. That's a wrong move. But I'm never so much judgmental, because it's like, no one is exempt. Because when you put yourself on that high horse, whether man put you there or you put yourself there, you will quickly fall down. No one is exempt. So stop idolizing these people. If you're going to worship God. Do not idolize man. And like I said, he needs to step down.
This topic really kind of hits home. It's making me teary-eyed because so many people are going through stuff, life struggles. You know, people are really, life is hard. People are really going through stuff. And, you know, at the end of the day, you go to church, you know, to be able to, you know, get some sort of deliverance, to get a word, to get something in, because sometimes people's back are against the wall and you have no other place to go. So you go to these churches and you look at these preachers, pastors, bishops, and you hear stuff like this. This is why so many people are running away from the church. This is why people are losing. And it gets me so emotional because I've been in that situation before. You know, do I believe that Pastor John Gray, you know, these things that are allegations are coming out? I actually do, because of the fact that the lies that was put in, you know, I wouldn't have given him a pass. Excuse me, I wouldn't have given him the pass, but him saying originally that it was an emotional affair, and then for us to know now that, you know, he had this woman in the same hotel as his wife, it's just disgusting to me. It's really disgusting. So my personal thing that I want to just share, because, you know, at the end of the day, I want our sippers, our viewers, everybody to know that no matter what it is, whether it's a leader or a pastor or a bishop in your church, don't allow that person to be able to steer you away from God, because it's serious, you know, especially your relationship with God. I had this one bishop, I was such at a broken place, and I'm at this broken place, and I'm just truly trying to get myself together, and trusted this individual, right? And trust this individual. And here it is, when I'm trusting this person, Lachey, can you get that for me, please?
Okay, here you go.
Sorry, you guys, sippers. So I'm trusting this person, and when I'm trusting this person, I go to his office, and, you know, I thought that he was really just trying to cover me, and, you know, so on and so forth. And this man, I don't know what situation I was going through, and he hugs me, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be all right, and, you know, so on and so forth. And he leans in and he kisses me. This is a married man, bishop of a church. And I was so shocked. And all I could say is, like, what did I do to make you feel like you could do that to me? You understand what I mean? Like, it really kind of just, like, it makes you really think, like, what did I do to make you feel like that was okay for you to do that? And I remember getting in my car and crying, and I was so emotional. I called my brother, and I'm like, you know, guess what just happened to me? And I just, listen, when I tell y'all, listen, ladies, I know I joke around a lot and I play around, but that relationship with God, honey, you can't tell me nothing about. Do something to me. Well, I'll put the fire of God under your behind. No, listen, when I tell you, and shortly after that happened, I'm talking to my brother, and I remember praying in the car, and I got a call that this man had a heart attack. He didn't die, but he had a heart attack. Like, you understand what I mean? Like, you cannot be on the forefront of the church, laying your hands on people, preaching over people, and you living these lies.
Yes.
You can't do that. Like, a lot of people think that it's a game. A lot of these people that you see on the pulpit, they have a first-class ticket to hell.
But then another thing, you have these people blessing your marriages and christening your children and all that stuff.
Listen, it's serious.
Exactly.
It's serious. And I don't think people sit there and they look at and they analyze these things. Like, it's serious. Like, it's a spiritual battle daily, but I don't think people realize it, though.
Yeah. I believe the woman, because for some reason, I could never click with him. You know, I would watch his sermons, and it just did not sit well in my spirit for some reason.
Spirit of discernment
it's too worldly.
Yeah.
It's too worldly. And I'm a person, I don't know when the last time I've been to church. If I'm really low and like I'm praying and fasting and I'm not hearing from God or whatever, I'll go to church.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go to a church. And you
know, refuel your spirit.
Exactly.
Recharge the
fire.
But
as far as going to a church and joining a church and being a member of a church, never again.
And is it because of these type of things?
Yes, because I was in a church where I worked closely with the pastors and, you know, assisted, like I was hands-on in a church. And what I find with churches is that it's a lot of worldliness. And I'm using like an old-fashioned term or whatever. It's very worldly. It's not spiritual at all. It's number one, it's a business. I don't want to go to a business. And at the time when I was going to church regularly, being involved in everything, I felt like I was in bondage. I feel free in my relationship with God now versus when I was in church. Because people, they want to put all these high standards on you that they're not even living to themselves.
Oh my God.
And then they be in church preaching these sermons, you know, basically trying to make you feel condemned, like you're going to hell. And that's not the message they should be preaching. If somebody is coming into your church with, you know, whatever they've been through, you're not there to condemn them. You're there to welcome them with open love and open arms and show them love. Yes. So just because of stuff like this, no more church for me. But back to the question, I do believe the other woman. I'm sorry. I feel like he does need to step down, and you need to stop going on to these talk shows lying. Go repent, go pray, go reset yourself, get back to a spiritual place where you can lead, where you can lay your hands on people.
You know, I think that, and another thing that I despise what happens is when situations like this happen with, you know, the whole situation with Pastor John Gray, and I'm using the term pastor very loosely, and then you have these, you know, mega bishops like T.D. Jakes. I love T.D. Jakes. He does have a fire in his spirit. I know he hears from God, and I know at the end of the day, we shouldn't be shunning or judging Pastor John Gray. I'm not judging him for what he did, but there's just a way to go about as far as stepping down. But you have these leaders, it's just a business, because then they start, they in front of their congregation, they're saying, well, you know, we need to forgive and we need to, so it's like you're giving him a pass.
That's
how many passes they do?
Because when they're in a situation where they failed or fallen short or whatever, then now they want to preach grace. You know, they've been forgiven. Their sins are forgiven. But all the while, you need to pay tithes or you going to be cursed with a curse. And to me, it's lies. It's lies. It's in the Bible. Yes, it's in the Bible. But another contradiction is, one minute you say Jesus came to forgive us of our sins, right? And we're following the New Testament. But then you go back to the Old Testament and say, if you don't pay me your tithes, you're cursed with the curse.
So one thing people fail to realize is Jesus did not come to abolish the law. Okay. So certain things from the Old Testament is still valid.
But if Jesus died to forgive your sins are forgiven.
Yes, understood. But
are you cursed with the curse if you don't pay your tithes?
But the thing is, why don't you pay your tithes?
You guys are taking us to church today, huh?
No, I'm just saying, because to me, it's a bunch of contradictions. They preach, when it comes to money, they preach it because it's in their favor.
But listen, one thing I'm going to tell you for why I can only give you my personal experience. I was not raised in church. Nobody didn't tell me about Jesus. Yeah, I probably, I had a church bus come pick me up. For like from 4th grade to 6th grade, I went to church. That was about it. I probably visited my grandma's church a couple of times. That's it. But my whole kind of teenage years and high school, I had no guidance. Didn't have God, whatever. So when I finally got saved in 2014, money, I'm just like, if I'm paying tithe, if I go visit somebody's church, I'm giving like $20. This, I ain't know nothing about tithes. But when I was at my lowest, I didn't have anything. I learned about sowing seeds and paying tithes. I watched God bless me. You talking about a girl that wear $400, $500 on hair alone. And I went from getting paid $100 a week at a burger place. I was 24 years old working at a burger place. I never worked at a fast food restaurant in my life. 24 years old working at a burger place. And I watched God change my life. I went to a Bible study one day, and this guy who I'm like, why we have a guest pastor on Bible study? Okay. At the end of his preaching or whatever, his teaching, he asked for a $50 seed. I rode there on E. I had $25. That was a Tuesday. I didn't get paid till Friday. I had $5 to eat the next day. I said, I'm going to put $20 in my tank. When he asked for that $50 seed, I only had $25, and I already said what I'm going to do when I leave church. I said, you know what, God? I'm going to trust in you. I'm going to sow this seed. $25, I already put it in my hand to give it. This guy just called me. He's like, hey, you, come here. Never seen this guy day in my life. He said, God said that's a real sacrifice that you're about to give. He told the whole church to give me their money. After that, I don't care about money. I don't care what the church does
about
with
it
money.
is
How you think the bills
the common denominator for that is your faith. It's your faith in God. My thing is pastors change sermons in the Word of God to
but
be
biblical
into
paying
their
tithes, your 10% is biblical.
Okay.
It's biblical. You cannot believe in, but that is biblical. Paying your 10%, even in the New Testament. I may not know it like off the top of my head.
Biblical days, did they pay 10% of their income, or did they give in other ways?
They gave in other. Of course, they didn't have money. They gave in like livestock. That was how you determine whether somebody was rich.
But this is the thing, though. I think both of you guys have points, and I think what Shay Marie is trying to say is, at the end of the day, pastors do sometimes start to preach.
I've seen it. I've been to churches where the pastor says his little story and give me the money from the offering. I've been there. I've seen it. It's fake. It's a game. It's a business.
I don't think every church is ran like that.
Okay.
You have to know what's for you, and I feel like you have to have some kind of guidance, because you said when you feel like you can't hear from God, you go to church. You see, you go to church because when you don't hear.
Yeah,
I feel like relationship is good.
I have a relationship with God, so I can see where it's a game and when it's not a game. And my thing is, I choose not to be in it at all.
But I just feel like don't forsaken the assembly of people to worship God. I feel like you just need to pray for the right church. Ask God to send you to the right church. Don't neglect church. And I used to be scared of church. I used to hear people
church at all. I'm just not
See, now,
doing it.
this is why
I'm not doing it.
when pastors do certain things in the church, like cheat,
it
causes this type of anger or resentment for unbelievers. I'm not going to say that.
Or believers.
Unbeliever, but I'm just saying outsiders, unbelievers. It makes it hard for them to want to accept the Lord into their lives and attend a church or find a church home because of situations like this. Do I believe the woman? Yes. I mean, why would anyone come out with such a big lie? Like, why lie? What is she gaining out of lying?
And she got the receipts too.
Exactly. What is she gaining out of lying? So, yes, I do believe her, and I feel like I'm not here to judge Pastor John Gray. You know, first of all, he needs to take it to the Lord. And as we all know, that God is a forgiving God. So he takes it to the Lord. That's whose opinion that really matters. And secondly, I think he needs to ask his wife for forgiveness, go to counseling, and try to make it right with his wife and the congregation. And him being a big-time pastor on the media, he needs to also come out and tell the truth. Stop lying. Stop going to different talk shows and talking about this and humiliating your wife.
Humiliating your church. Humiliating your congregation. Humiliating God at that.
Exactly. So I think he needs to address the situation. He made a mistake and just admit it. Talk about it. Why continue to drag on this lie? Because all the side piece is going to do is continue to give us receipts, which everybody's looking forward to and everybody's entertained by it. But at the end of the day, we're not here to judge Pastor John Gray. All I'm saying, make the right decisions for the congregation if you're a pastor, so that you can win souls. The goal is to win souls in the church, not to push us away. So I think pastors need to really get it together. Especially if you're in the limelight.
And I feel like
because of this lime, it's becoming this big, I'm a rock star. They want to be a rock star. They want to make all this money. You're getting away from the core teachings of Jesus.
You know what happens is that in the beginning, I believe that the heart is so pure. And the heart is intentional to save the people. But then you get to this platform, you get the money, you get the power, you get the fame.
Exactly.
And then it's...
But that's why as a pastor, you have to always stay at that place where...
Again, we're all man, we're all human, no one's perfect. I think we have to stop putting pastors at a high pedestal.
Yeah, I don't.
I understand that
let me
pastors,
tell the people who are aspiring to be pastors.
They're still human.
I don't. But let me tell you this, because they put their life in jeopardy. Those people. When you lead a congregation and you do something like that, the blood of those people are on your hands. When they choose to leave the church and go to other religions, that blood is on your hand. And people don't realize it. Whether or not you get the karma or you reap what you sow, it come on your kids. That generational. Trust me.
True.
God, vengeance is up to God. That's going to come onto your children if it don't hit you. So.
Well, that was a fun discussion. Y'all got heated.
Yes.
Y'all took us to church tonight.
I don't play about Jesus. It's all about relationship.
Well, we would love to keep the tea spilling, but unfortunately, we're running out of time. But you can keep the conversation going by leaving your comments below or on Instagram and Facebook at Cocktails and Conversations.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. See you Friday night at 8 p.m. for Cocktails and Conversation with your girls.
Good night.